Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This video I have wanted to make for quite some time, but me, I don't bullshit, and that's one thing I want you guys to know. So let's get into this GoFishCam and see what I thought about it, my brutally honest opinion, and let's go. So right off the bat, does it work? And is it clear? You bet your ass it's clear. You can put this thing in some really, really muddy water, which I'll put a link to at the top, right up here. And, I mean, that is some poop water. You can't see nothing, and this thing picked up bluegill whacking at the worm. Really good, and that's impressive. Now, you put this in a lake that has pretty clear water, you're just going to be blown away. It's crazy. I run a restaurant on the Delaware River. And if you know the Delaware River, mobsters would throw people's bodies in there and stuff. It's not the clearest body of water, but this thing, you can see pretty good. It's pretty impressive. The other underwater cameras, none of them have night vision. This thing actually does, and boy, does it work. There's about 3 or 4 other brands that are like the GoFishCam. One's called the Waterwolf. The Waterwolf, that looked pretty nice to me at first, but at the same time, the image quality wasn't as good, and there's a lot more trial and error to that than you would ever believe, because there was weights, and oh man, I'd have a fit trying to get that thing to work. This is weighted, so all you really mess with is this or the float, and that's way better to me. So the inside is really easy. You press the red button for record, and there's a button over here. You're gonna press that if you're trying to make it go to your phone. It just basically makes the Wi-Fi signal for the thing work. My recommendation is, yes, it's really cool that it streams to your phone, but just be patient and don't do that because it destroys the battery life of your camera. Another thing I want to add is if you go full 1080p, if you have a better, newer computer, that's fine, it works great, and you're good. But if you're trying to upload to a computer and it's not the newest version, use the blue light. The blue light, it won't be choppy, and it'll upload perfectly, and you'll be able to view your content without any issues. And it still looks great, so it's not like it's going to look any worse. But night vision. This thing has full-blown night vision. It's really impressive, and no one else does. So let's check that out. That's incredible. The fact that this has that quality of a night vision on it is pretty good. Now, setups have been definitely varying every time I go out, because each time you use this, you find something new. You find something better that worked than the last time. So there's a lot of different things you can try. Lately, I've been trying this little leader connector here. It's by Bear Paw, and I could just basically tie a little surgeon's loop to a bait and hook it on here. Have a nice 12-inch leader, and you know, the camera pulls perfectly underwater. It has these 2 fins. So when it's underwater, the camera doesn't spin around. None of that. It really does focus on the bait pretty well. You know, us bass fishermen, we're going to be using this to cast a lot. So either we can make this a little more smaller, a little smaller profile. The biggest issue I have with this when I'm casting is that my line gets caught up around here, and it gets all messed up, and you don't even realize until, you know, it's too late. And when you're trolling, it kind of sucks when you wasted 25 minutes trolling a bait that's been wrapped up the entire time and you didn't know. I would definitely like to see the camera maybe a little smaller. I have lost the camera. So one thing I want to tell you is make sure the rod you're using is a stiff like a medium heavy saltwater rod, and not a medium. I was using 20-pound braid and it still broke. So now I'm using a 50-pound braid, and in hopes that I still get to keep my camera. But if this is their first version, imagine what version 2 is going to be like, or version 3. The possibilities are very, 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 very awesome here. If you're into tech stuff, this is something you should probably check out. Oh, like what I like about it a lot is the other day, I've been going to this lake and I haven't been catching shit. But I threw this the other day when I wasn't catching shit, and when I came home, I literally saw, and another video I'll link up right here, like literally 30 bass and this one log I'm always around, a bunch of catfish. What am I doing that's not working? So you could throw some bait on this and see what bait they're going to start chasing and what bait they're not even looking at. So there's definitely tons of possibilities with this. And another thing, you do a lot of catfishing, you get your bait stolen constantly. What are they? How do they steal my bait so much? And what do they do? They're magicians. It's amazing. This is gonna stop all their magic tricks right in their tracks. Definitely a worthy buy. Definitely leave me a like and subscribe. You watch this video, you got this far, leave me a like, leave me a subscribe. Don't be that guy. And fish on.